So this morning I want to talk about mindset, mentality, and like managing expectations, right? So yesterday was a solid day at the shop. We didn't do crazy sales, but I was able to be productive and knock out things I needed to take care of, right? So I knew I had 2 full days solo at the shop dealing with the customers. Friday was pretty steady, but good. Yesterday, low key, but good. It was a lot of traffic on campus. They had basketball camps. They had a couple baseball camps going on. So it was kind of busy at Johns Hopkins, but it just wasn't busy inside the cafe, which was a good thing. Now my mindset was I was already mentally prepared for 2 full days of working the shop solo and mentally preparing for today for this pop-up situation. And I'm getting so used to this vending and stuff. I've been doing it for since 2016 or so, but for Good Part and Company specifically since 2018. And I'm physically prepared because I have like the supplies and equipment, right? I got all the things I need to have a good situation. And each time I take something away from all right, you gotta have your samples, you wanna have your sample cups and stuff like that. So that's like mental preparation, right? And so a couple of months ago, I took a challenge with Myron Golden. So you can just Google him and look him up here on YouTube, Myron Golden. So I took one of his challenges, and one thing that I learned from him and that I incorporated in my daily affirmations and in my mindset is something that wasn't actually a part of the course. It was like a bonus, just like talk that he had at the end. And he said, I have developed the discipline to only allow myself to expect the outcomes that I desire. And so I say that every day, and ever since I've been saying it, I never think about a bad outcome. I don't think about bad outcomes. I only think about the outcome I want, or I'm only thinking about the outcome I want. If it's not the outcome I want for one thing, it's the outcome I want for another thing. I never think about necessarily how things can go wrong. I do think about how things can deviate me from the course of what I want, but I never really think about how things go wrong much anymore. For one, I know I'm putting in the work. And I know the more work I put in, the more it increases my chances of getting the outcomes that I desire. So that's the mindset that I take into everything now. I have developed the discipline. I love that because I like discipline. I'm always trying to discipline myself even more. But what I appreciate is the verb before that is develop. Like I'm developing the discipline. So I'm continuously doing it, right? So you can discipline yourself as a verb, but discipline can be like a noun. It's feel more grounded. So I'm developing the discipline always. So every day I feel like I'm getting better at that. To only allow myself to expect the outcomes that I desire. That's the only outcome that I'm tolerating. Is the one that I desire. And if I don't get it, it doesn't matter if I don't get it. My expectation, my mind, all my energy, my aura, my cells, everything I got in me was moving towards that outcome. So I'm only going in the right direction anyway. So it's not about only getting the outcome I want. I only expect the outcome that I want. And the key to success, which I learned from, I'm always going to give shout outs to all the people that I learned things from. Jalen and Jacoby podcast, right? They always talk about the key to success is managing expectations. And that's what it's all about, right? Because when you expect more than what you get, you feel like a failure. You feel like you did not succeed. So you have to manage your expectations. It doesn't mean have low expectations. It just means manage your expectations. And the more you do something, the more you know what kind of results and outcomes you can get. So now I'm starting to put it together. I manage my expectations. And now I only expect the outcomes I desire. My expectation of the outcome I desire, well, I've managed my outcome because I put in more work. I put in more reps. I do more studying. I'm thinking forward more about it. I'm having better hopes and feelings and energy around it. I'm more optimistic because I only expect to get what I want. And once I'm fixed on what it is that I want, I'm only going to do the things that's going to help me get there. If something else in the universe and the world stops me from getting there, then that's out of my control. I was just continuously doing the things that I wanted to do. And then that's the mindset, that's the mentality I take into everything. So let me tell y'all how I got to doing this pop-up. I got this pop-up at the academy, not because I did search all of the residents and stuff around there in the neighborhoods and stuff. So for those that don't live in Baltimore, Johns Hopkins is in the city. The neighborhood is in the city, but it's bordering the county, and it's really, really expensive, beautiful neighborhoods the Guilford neighborhood, Canterbury. These are the neighborhoods that surround Johns Hopkins. So we talking $700,000 to $1 million homes, but we're not talking about the inner city homes that's down by the water. We talking about quarter acres of land, 2 and 3 car garages, courtyards, wraparound porches. These are like mini mansions in the city, and a lot of people don't realize that, don't even know that these neighborhoods exist. So I knew these neighborhoods were around there. I know most of these people are middle age or older because they've accumulated some level of riches and wealth, and they are into their health. So I was like, I gotta get in touch with these people. So I made flyers and passed them out in the neighborhood, right? Well, I had them passed out in the neighborhood, and the flyer was for them to come and get a 50% off their bowl, right? Because bowls are like our most attractive item, and 50% off is going to trigger people to come, right? Well, here's the thing. I'm walking through the neighborhood. The academy is kind of geared towards students and stuff, but it's still in that neighborhood. But I passed out flyers on all of the cars at this place I'm going to have the pop-up at. I tried to take them inside, but nobody was available to buzz me in. And my outcome, what I expected, the outcome I expected was just to acquire new customers. It wasn't, I need to get so many people to come take advantage of this 50%. I just knew the outcome was acquire new customers, get new eyeballs on Good Part and Company, right? Sure enough, somebody from the Academy apartments got the flyer and emailed me and said, hey, we saw your flyer. We see you're interested in, getting some people to come through. We got people coming in August. They move in. Most of the residents are this year at Hopkins, or they students and this and that. And this when they be coming in, would you be interested in coming and do setup? Boom, bow, kept going from there. So I got the outcome that I expected. Acquired the opportunity to acquire more customers. And not only did I get the flyer out and that hit for a few people, now I got another opportunity to connect on a deeper level with the pop-up and get, right in front of our new potential good partners, right, our new customers. So that was the mentality. First of all, I got to figure out something to do this summer to get on the radar, right? And that didn't turn out to be profitable, or I'm not profitable, but it wasn't something that was immediately going to yield a monetary result, right? But that was in June. August, now I'm about to be right in front of the people who are going to be on campus as of today, going into next week, and then going into the semester. Now I'm ramping up what the potential sales are going to be, right? About to go give away some juice, give away some smoothies. While I'm saying this, I'm getting hyped for the potential of what it's going to be like to acquire some new customers, because I know I'm loading the clip. I'm doing the work, and Good Part is even better now than it was when last year, right? Last semester and last school year. So getting the outcomes that I desire, and I only expect that. And now all I know is the outcome I desire is for people to just like what we got, right? Fill some questions, and then what I'm going to take back from whatever questions they ask, or be able to just like educate the people on what we got. I'm looking forward to that. So that is my testimony for managing expectations, having the mindset and the discipline to only expect the outcomes that I desire. And so I take that with me everywhere. Even before now, I think I was just kind of following that mindset for the most part, right? But I didn't have words for it. But even I know, 10, 12 years ago when I first converted to a plant-based diet, is that my man Marcus? Yo, what's happening? So that's my man Marcus. He used to work with me at Good Part, one of my good friends. So so I knew the outcome that I wanted was to have better energy, have control over my health, right? Improve my health, but have more energy. And then it was start to kind of build a better body, because I know the ultimate expectation I have is for me to live a long life with high vitality. And so that's the tip I've been on, and it's been happening. And then I think about it with certain outcomes and expectations, even more specific now, I'm getting closer and closer to it. So I hope that helps. I'm gonna say it one more time. And he said this is not something that he don't even have this on, and he ain't say none of this on any of his YouTube. It might land on his YouTube because they kind of they got so much footage and so much content that they probably save it up, and then I noticed they drop some of his tidbits from the challenges and stuff like that later on. But this one was more like kind of intimate. It was like after the challenge was over, he went and did a conference, flew back, went to a studio and just like recorded some stuff. So shout out to Myron Golden. I totally believe in investing in yourself. And if you got people that's mentors and coaches, they're going to save you time, help you avoid mistakes. Your money is worth that time. You better believe it. And I'll talk more about that in later episodes, but this was like a kickback type of thing. We just hopped on. He was just talking about, whatever he had going on. He had, I don't know, we was just kind of following up. It wasn't anything special, but just talking with him. So this is not something that you're probably going to see on any of the social media platforms. This was just a regular old casual conversation with the people who logged in that night. It was like about 9 o'clock Eastern time. We was just on there talking, and he was like, I had developed the discipline to only allow myself to expect the outcomes that I desire. Man, I wrote that down, said it over a few times, and like I said, added it to my daily affirmations, and that's what we on. We only allow ourselves to expect the outcomes that we desire. Right? So get clear on what it is that you want, and let that be the only thing that you expect to happen. I'm pulling up the storage so I can grab some stuff for this pop-up situation. Appreciate y'all for checking in. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'm out.